Doctors and Healers Association, Kudas CMSE 2014 Conference on the Wellness of Mind, Body and Spirit. We begin with the inauguration ceremony. Yes, we deserve a clap. We move on with our inauguration ceremony. I request our chairperson for the day, Progressive Melvin Jones, fellow Lion, Vasudev Balavarkar, our convener of CMSE 2014 in Goa, Darryl D'Souza, and all our speakers today to come up here to light the ceremonial Samai lamp and inaugurate the proceedings of this conference. Speakers for today to come up. Hansavadini, Abhay Ranjan, Telly Gomes, Kashmir Ilavia, and of course,
also requesting our hostess for the day. This is Dr. She's come all the way from Bombay. And yes, the game plan is that she's going to get the ropes of how to do this conference that we are doing over the next today and tomorrow. And she's going to be doing it in Bombay as well. I got this training, I'm sorry, we landed a bit late today because of some arrangements that could not be done in time. But I'm sure everything will move smoothly from now on. Like I was mentioning, I got my training to do this event and the planning and details and choosing of the speakers and themes at last year, December 2013 at CMSE in Hyderabad. I will come on a little later and explain what CMSE is and what the Doctors and Healers Association is all about. Yes, thank you.
I request Lion Vasudev Balavarkar to kindly say a few words on the occasion of Goa's first CMSE conference. For all those of you who don't know the full form of CMSE, it's Continued Medico-Spiritual Education. It's a movement which is driven by doctors, healers and therapists on integrated wellness of body, mind and spirit.
Thank you, Doctor. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. At the outset, let me thank Lion and Darryl for having given me this opportunity to come in. But when he invited me to come and have a little address, I was in a dilemma. Dilemma especially because the name that he spelled was Vida. And there's a word in Hindi which says Veda. Veda is a dilemma. And I was thinking, what am I going to do? Speaking to people on spirituality and medical wellness. I'm related and associated with contemporary medicine, being a pharmacist by profession. It's almost a contradictory sort of a line. And I was just wondering, what should I say? But nevertheless, when I came here and when I saw people who are involved in this movement, I was really impressed. I mean, congratulations, Darryl, and everyone who's involved, all the speakers who are going to give you a discourse on various aspects of spirituality and medical related terms. I was reminded of this spiritual guru who had come to Benjamin once. He was put up in Hotel Mandavi, and he was, next morning when he got up, he had to go to the post office for some reason. So he asked the receptionist, how do I go to the post office? And the receptionist gave him the directions. But as he started, he missed his way somewhere. So he called out to a young boy who was passing. He said, "Excuse me, could you please tell me, or show me the way to go to the post I will be showing you the way to heaven. And this young boy said, you know, the young boy says, I have no interest in listening to your discourse, one thing. And secondly, he says, a person like you can't find your own way to the post office. Likewise, I'm no spiritual guru here to give you expert advice on how to do your healing and how to. But usually, it's our perception. The moment it is that word spirituality comes, we start thinking in terms of religion. We relate spirituality to religion. We do not understand the difference between ritualities and spiritualities. Unfortunately, we are all entangled in rituals rather than being spiritual. And that is what I presume that every speaker will be sort of getting the threads out and discussing thread by how spirituality works on thought, mind, emotions, and energy, and whatever. And that is how it works. That is why we talk in terms of critical thinking. We need to understand the things better. We got to think of things better. Otherwise, each one of us, especially at this stage, we feel that we all fall in love with our perceptions. Each one has a right to have different perception of an incident, but we fall in love with the perception. We start thinking what we think is right. And that is where the intolerance starts. That is where the impatience starts. That is where all the disputes and difference of opinions start. And before I take my seat, I was just reminded of this man who was traveling by plane. He was sitting there as the plane took off. He started shivering. He was sweating profusely. He was shivering, shaking. He was biting his nails. And one of the flight attendants noticed that this person was not very comfortable. So she came running to him and she said, "Excuse me, my friend, can I help you? Can I get you a drink from the bar so that it will calm you down?" He just nodded. And she ran, she brought a nice whiskey, shot of whiskey for him. He gulped it down for 5-10 minutes. He was okay. Again he started shivering and biting his nails, sweating. Again this lady came and said, "I'll get you another drink." She ran, got him another drink. After half an hour again the same thing was happening.